Today I am making lasagna cupcakes with basically most of the same ingredients as you would use in lasagna. Instead of using noodles, you're gonna use wonton wrappers. I got this blog off of agirlwhoateeverything.com. She has an amazing blog. It is so cool. And I really wanted to try this because it looked super easy and good. So I went out and bought, you know, the stuff that I can use for it. So anyway, in the blog she gets the square wrappers and says to cut them into circles, but yesterday I totally found circles. I was so excited. So anyway, this is the beginning of, well, actually I just kind of videotaped this after I already started and figured I wanted to do a video blog. So anyway, I already chopped up the stuff over here. That's sauteing, which is basically a little bit of onion, garlic, mushrooms, and zucchini. And I'm gonna throw in the meat. Usually I don't throw my meat in to the pan and then season it. I kind of season it in the meat, you know, like mix it all up and then throw it in the pan. So this is the meat. I'm gonna throw some seasonings in it, and so this is what I do. I usually put all of my seasonings on top, which is salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. I didn't put a ton, even though it kind of looks like it. And I'm gonna go ahead and mesh it into the meat. Once I put all the seasonings into the meat, I kind of mix it all up, create a ball, and then it's gonna go right into the sauteed veggies. So what I do over here is, they're not completely 100% sauteed. I just like them just to have a little bit of body still. So what I do, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I kind of push everything over to the corners, make it like a circle, and then I add my meat in. But what I like to do first is spray a little bit more in the middle, because I don't want it to get, you know, I know you probably shouldn't do that, but oh well. And I kind of just throw my meat in. It's at a medium flame. I'm going to raise it just a tad, and then I kind of just go from there and let the meat start to cook towards the middle of the pan before mixing in all the rest. So kind of flatten it out to where it's starting to cook in the middle of the pan. You're going to use the baking sheet, the cupcake sheet. And basically you're just going to layer it like you would normally do with a regular lasagna. So you're going to start obviously with your wraps. You got your sauce, you got ricotta cheese, different kind of cheeses. I like mozzarella, but I also like Monterey, even though I know it's not a traditional lasagna. I do like it because it is good melty. What you're going to do first is spray your pan before you even start. I like to spray the whole pan, even on the top, because it's easier cleanup when stuff spills over. Now that the meat and the veggies are all cooked, and make sure you taste it and it tastes really good, then it's time to get started on the layering. Now that my my cupcake sheet is already sprayed and ready to go, I'm going to use these little guys. So you're going to go ahead and just put them in. You don't want to use those paper baking things, you know, that you make normal cupcakes with, because this would probably get totally sticky with the cheese and all that. So And I'm just doing a basic lasagna. I mean, you can add anything. You can add spinach, you know, different types of things. You can add chunked tomatoes, which I also like to do in my regular lasagnas. But just for now, I wanted to go with just a basic recipe. So once you're done doing these guys, you're gonna get a little bit of sauce. Now I just got a regular plastic spoon because I didn't want to dirty a ton of dishes, but and you're gonna put just 1 spoonful probably at the bottom of each, I'm sorry, at each of the cups. Now let's hope these turn out as good as I'm hoping for, because they looked really, really good online. And I'm not one for trying new things. I guess I am, but not always. Once I find a recipe or something, I kind of stick to it. So, but I kind of wanted to start trying more and new things. So you're going to get, you know, 1 spoon of your ground beef mixture and go ahead and throw it in. That's kind of a lot. Make sure not to overdo it, because like I just did, it actually almost filled up the cup. So go ahead and do that for the rest of these. Little bits here and there. It looks and smells really good. I can't wait to try these. And then, so after you go ahead and do these ones here, I got ricotta cheese. The Precious flavor. It's really good. I like it. I got the whole milk. I know I should have got part skim, but just add a little tiny bit to each layer, each one, because like, you know, I didn't even put meat in that one. But I will right now. But you know, you don't, because you're gonna have a couple of different layers, so you don't want to put too much of the cheese. Okay, then you're gonna get your I got a little bit of Monterey and a little bit of mozzarella, just a little tiny bit in each. I'm not the biggest cheese fan. I mean, you can put as much cheese as you want, but I kind of like to taste the meat, or taste the meat and the sauce and everything as a whole, not necessarily too much cheese, you know. So I did this layer with Monterey. The next layer I'll go ahead and do with mozzarella. So you're gonna have to kind of push it down, because they get pretty full pretty fast. I guess I could have used the jumbos. I do have a jumbo cupcake or a jumbo muffin pan, which I've only used like once or twice. But just push them down a little bit to go ahead and get your next layer started. And remember, start with your sauce. And some people like lots of sauce. Some people don't like tons. I kind of like in the middle. I kind of like it a little bit saucy. And again, I don't want it too saucy, because I like everything to kind of be evened out. Like my husband, he totally likes to over sauce like his everything. And I'm like, oh, wouldn't you rather have some flavor of other stuff other than your sauce? But whatever floats his boat. So again, 1 little scoop here and there with the meat mixture, and I used 1 pound. I've already actually preheated my oven as well, so to 375. Make sure you do that before you get started, because that helps when you put it in, then the cooking's faster. This time, you could do, I mean, you don't have to do this, you don't have to repeat every single step. You know, you can kind of make it your own if you want. That's totally fine. Some people are vegetarians, like my sister-in-law, she's a vegetarian, so when she comes down for like Thanksgiving and stuff, I try and make some stuff, like normally I'd use like chicken broth and things like that, but I try and go vegetarian broth, you know, like vegetable and stuff like that, because I like to accommodate her as well. Or I'll get like the fake bacon, you know, the vegetarian kind, and you know, things like that to make her feel a little bit more special, because not everyone accommodates, you know, everyone's needs. So I kind of like to do that for her. And you know, at one point my husband and I tried to become a vegetarian, or actually the beginning of last year, which was a good experience to try. Didn't really do a whole lot for us. I stuck it out almost 2 months. I think he did longer. And I guess we weren't eating entirely properly in order to get all of our nutrients, so we kind of threw it out the window, which sometimes I'm tempted to go back to it because I do like it. A lot of the stuff was really good. I did try a lot of new recipes, you know, things like that. But you know, being a vegetarian, I mean, it's not for everyone. So anyway, go ahead and do your last layer. You're probably only going to get about 3 in there. 3 little rounds, your wonton rounds, because it's pretty much not going to work if you try and stuff the crap out of it. You might as well just make a whole casserole one. So go ahead and do your last layer of your meat concoction. So, and actually I did go ahead and taste this earlier. Oh my god, so totally good. So I'm like, I really can't wait. It's gonna be so good, hopefully, because now my son's not really a spaghetti fan, but he likes lasagna, go figure. So we'll figure it out. And really, it's like, you know how, you know, when you make like a whole lasagna for like a family or whatever, you go and buy everything and it costs, you know, it's totally expensive. I mean, not totally, but I mean, for one dinner for, you know, you and your small family or whatever. But it can be pricey, I guess, depending on what type of ingredients you buy. But this is actually, I could make 2 full dinners out of this. I mean, even more. And I still have, I mean, the sauce is like not even made a dent. You know, there's still like a lot in there. A lot of the ricotta. So I mean, you can, I mean, I still have half the wrappers, and I made 9 here. 9 should be plenty for, it's just mainly for me and Ruben, because Josh doesn't eat this, plus he's on a diet. So I'm putting both cheeses on the top, make it the top layer, of course, a little bit more. And I totally left out olives. Oh my god, I'm so mad. I wanted to put olives because I like olives, even though Ruben's totally shaking his head saying no, he hates olives. I like black olives only. Not a big fan of the green, because they're a little bit more on the sour. And then that little red thing in the middle, I don't really like that, you know. But I remember when I was a kid, we used to eat olives all the time with my dad. We used to go to this olive place, and we used to get the ones with this pit in it still. Oh, they were so good. So anyway, that's kind of what they look like. Can you even see it? So I'm going to throw this in the oven. And it says about 15 minutes or so. 15 to 25 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. I got to relook. So anyways, I'm going to throw these in the oven, and then we'll go from there. So now they're in the oven, and when I turned the video off, I actually made the last 3, only because it just didn't look even to me. So I went ahead and made the last 3, putting them in the oven. So we'll come back in about 10 or about 15 minutes, see where they're at. So looks like they're all done. I don't know if you can see, the white is a little bit bright, but they're a little bit tanner. God, what's up with this lighting? They look really super good. So we're going to try them out, let them cool for a few minutes, and test them. It only took about 16-17 minutes. So my white balance was off a little bit. So here is the final product. And they look amazing. Oh my god. They smell so good. Anyway, okay, well, I'm going to let them cool for a little bit, and we'll come back to you. Yeah, it's amazing. Hope you try it. Enjoy.